about time that computer component companies stopped being the same boring rectangular shape with safe corporate colors, and boy howdy is Thermaltake leading the charge on that. Thermaltake sponsored our trip to Computex in this video for us to highlight some of the impressive pieces of hardware that they'll have coming out. I'm going to start first, as is appropriate, with their new color combinations. The Tower 600 is getting a brown and white treatment known as Mocha Mousse, while the TR100 travel computer is getting a paint job in Future Dusk and Gravel Sand. We just got our Future Dusk Tower 600 delivered right before we left for Computex, and I am so excited to build in that thing. But they've also done a few revamps of the other cases with a wood trim. The Tower 600, TR100, and the View 170, 270, 380, and 380 XLs all being debuted in their white oak trims. Thermaltake did mention that there could be a black version with walnut wood, which I have to imagine looks just as gorgeous. In terms of new cases, not just colors, they had the bigger siblings to the TR100 on showcase. The TR200 and TR300 are micro ATX and full ATX relatives of the super portable ITX case. While the dimensions may be larger, they do still keep a relatively slim footprint for the amount of hardware you'll be able to pack into each of them. Their View lineup also has some newcomers to show off. There's the View 600 tempered glass with plenty of launch colors including butter caramel and mint strawberry. The View 390 Air is a dual chamber mid-tower with a one-piece curved tempered glass panel that'll launch in black and white with Future Dusk and butter caramel launching shortly after. Their View 380 XL Nightingale was also a gorgeous showpiece. It's the regular 380 XL but in the Future Dusk colorway, but with some additional RGB strip lighting added in. Showcasing all of that beauty that Thermaltake's cases can unlock, they had a plethora of modded cases on display so you can see what's possible when you use them as the base of your artistic PC canvas. Obviously, the show stunner was the Black Myth Wukong build by K-Mod, super intricate and a great homage to a wonderful game. But there was also things like a TR100 that they made into a hippo. Heck yeah. On the completely other end of PC ideology, Thermaltake showed off their immersion cooling concept in the IX700 with massive tubes connecting their immersion chamber and the heat exchange chamber. The immersion chamber has 50 liters of dielectric liquid in it, and all of that hardware was being cooled by four 420mm radiators powered by 4 D5 pumps, a concept build that shows just how far Thermaltake can take things as both a case and cooling company. Which, now let's move on to cooling, because they had plenty to show off there as well. Whether that's the several different versions of MagForce 2.0 fans that they had on display, such as the TS120 or 140s that have a built-in temperature sensor on the back of the frame so you can monitor your intake and outflow temperatures, or the LCD screen concept that can give you system data or fun visuals at a glance on the side of the fan. And all of that is being powered by their updated TT RGB 3.0 software, which makes adjusting the lighting, monitoring your temps, or even your power distribution load possible from a simple, intuitive piece of software. And yes, power distribution load is possible because of their update to their Tough power supplies. Since those are now ATX 3.1, PCI Express 5.1, and digital, you can now see how much power each cable is pulling to make sure everything is within your preferences. And they also updated the tip color on the 12-volt cable to matcha green so you can see if it's been fully inserted or not. But in terms of liquid coolers, they've got updates there too. The TH240 or 360 coolers come in a good, better, best configuration, with the standard V3 unit having an infinity mirror ARGB water block, single frame fans, and impeccable cooling, while the TH-S V3 units come with a 4-inch static screen that gives you easy to read system data at a glance. And then there's the V3 Ultra that has a 4-inch 720 by 720 square LCD that you can have your system info on, but configure a lot more with Thermaltake software. But that's not where Thermaltake's screen adventure stops. There's the MagCurve 360 Ultra that has a 6.67-inch AMOLED screen with a resolution of 2400 by 1080, giving you so much visual goodness. But the real star of the screen cooler show was the MineCube 360 Ultra. This bad boy has 4 720 by 720 screens that support multiple display modes, identical visuals on all 4 screens, different visuals on each screen, or even a span view that allows them to fuse together into a big cube of visual goodness. Thermaltake had so much going on at their Computex booth this year, and I'm excited for basically all of it. Every new product they showcase either fits a need in the market from a practical perspective or from an enthusiasm perspective. Case companies in general and PC component companies more broadly have all settled into the same bland niche for the most part, and every time we cover Thermaltake at a convention, they show how they're really trying to break the mold, to push the boundaries of performance, but also aesthetics. So, big thanks again to Thermaltake for sponsoring our trip to Computex this year. I cannot wait to unbox the Future Dust Tower 600 back at the office and get some of those new goodies in the build moving forward.